Hey Taryn, this is Tristan with Big Picture SEO. We spoke on the phone like an hour and hour and a half ago, and I told you I would shoot you over this video showing you a couple different ways you can boost your online presence, and this is that video. I don't want to take up a lot of your time with this, so I'm just going to get straight into it. So before I show you the different things that you can do, I want to show you where you currently lie in Google's ranking. So I put your guys' domain into this tool I use. It's called Ahrefs. It shows me websites' analytical data, and I'll get to what all of this means throughout the video, but we're just going to stick with traffic and keywords for now. So traffic is the amount of people that come onto your website in a month, and keywords are the words and phrases which Google deems are common search terms and you want to be ranking for and found for. So we can go in and we can see where you're getting, where you would be getting your traffic from with what keyword you have. And if it loads here, you're only ranking for Tampa landscape lighting, and you're in the 99th position, which means that's if you look that up, you'll be the 99th organic website to pop up. So you're all the way on the 10th page. I don't know about you, but I've never made it to the 10th page of Google in my life. And you get zero traffic as a result from that. And it has a search volume of 150 people a month. And I mean, I can't really show you where you could improve upon in this. So I have an example website. This is the number one ranking, number one organic ranking website in your guys' area. So if you type in landscaping Tampa, they're going to be the first website that pops up. And they're getting 266 people a month on their website, and they're ranking with 94 keywords. So I can show you why it's important to have keywords within your website. And this is how they're getting the traffic. So whenever people look up landscaping companies Tampa, they pop up in the third position. So they're the third website for this. And none of this is updated recently except this one here. So like landscaping Tampa, they would be in the first position now. So that's, a couple of days old, and they've probably moved up in the position in the rankings since, it's been last updated. But anyway, this has a search volume of 500, so you're missing out on 500 searches there. They're in the third position again, and they get 70 people a month from that. Landscape companies, Tampa, so just change landscaping to landscape. It's another 500 in the fifth position, so they get 37. Landscapers Tampa, landscaping Tampa, that's 600. They're in the third and second positions, and they get 66 people, or excuse me, 67 people from that. So, it's obvious that, you need to have keywords to be found on Google, and you need to be ranking for those keywords. So the way that you're going to, obviously be found for keywords is you're going to have to go into your website and rebuild it out a little bit, and add some, keywords within your content. So I'm not saying that in like every other sentence or even every other paragraph that you put, we've been landscaping Tampa for blah, 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 and Tampa landscapers and this and that. Because when Google indexes your site, its algorithm is built out to deter spam and bot-like sites. So if you just overstuff with keywords or spam keywords, they're going to pick that up and they're not going to let you rank because they'll deem that as spam. So you got to be creative with the way that you write your content, and I usually do a keyword per like 100 to 150 words. That's a pretty safe, that's a safe gap right there. So always keep that in mind, and you don't want to write random content. It has to be relevant to what your website is about. So you can't just go, add another page to the bottom here and talk about nonsense and add some keywords into that, because again, Google's algorithm is meant to pick up on things like that. And then once you've started ranking, once you've been found for these keywords, the way that you start ranking and raising yourself in the position is with backlinks. And we'll go back to yours here. And so a backlink is just a link inside of a website that links back to yours. So for example, if I could click this and it would take me back to your website, that would be a backlink. And then a referring domain is just the website that has your link in it. So we can look at which websites are linking back to you. You have three. So you have TNT Code, which is a little domain thing here. I know you pay like $5 to put your thing down. I'm pretty sure this is that. The domain IP, yeah. You'll see that it's pretty common. Domain info free. I'm assuming that's another thing like that, yeah. And then you got XMIndex. I'm not sure exactly. I've never seen this one before, but I would assume it's maybe something similar. Yeah, it looks maybe more like a directory, but and then if we go to your backlinks, we can see that you only had seven, I believe, is what it was. So the domains, and that's the entire page. Let's go back and see. I'm pretty sure it was 7. So yeah. And then if we go back here, your competitor is going to have, I think they had over 100. So they have 146. And before I continue, the most important thing to remember with backlinks is that they are not all created equal. So I'm not saying go out and buy a random 500 backlinks from a random website or, just anything like that, because they all have to be relevant to your business, to your website, to your content, and to your industry. because again of Google's algorithms. Like for example, if you had a Pizza Hut link going back to you, and they saw that, they would be like, okay, it doesn't make sense for a pizza place to be linking back to a landscaping company. We're not going to transfer the power, and if anything, it could damage your website's ranking in the long term. So we can go in and we can see what kind of links that they have, where they're getting their power from, what's raising them. So they're on websites. I'm not sure, I've never seen this one. It's a blog here. Blogs are really good, especially because this one does have a high DR, which is like a trust rating within Google. It's a power rating. Um, Blogs are really good because it shows Google that you're, number one, willing to give out information onto the internet without asking for anything in return. Because I mean, so 51 best landscape and website designs, that's gives people a whole bunch of ideas, it adds value into what they want, and then they're not asking for anything except maybe a link to get back to their website, some power transfer. You got expertise, Burbank Lawn Pros, 3 best rated. Wango, I've never seen this actually. I would assume this is maybe some sort of a directory. Design, old virtual or virtual.edu. So .edus are pretty good. They got Seniors Daily Tampa. So I'm assuming this might be something like a newspaper or something like that, a little article, a website blog or a website newspaper. Blog again, blog, Firebase. So yeah, we could go through all of those, but it would take a decent amount of time. But that's what you're gonna have to do. You're gonna want to go in and get whatever your competition has, and then obviously you want to blow them out of the water, so you want to get better, more authoritative links as well. And then we can run through their domains real quick, see which websites that they have linking to them. So they got, again, expertise, 3 best rated, Folk, WebWiki, WebSits, SiteLike, free listing, TNT code like you had, Cheek Home Living, Secret Search Engine Labs, FBS Can, websites for contractors, and then like 70 more, or excuse me, like 60 more. So you're gonna have to go through all of those and just again get what they have, and then more authoritative ones. That way you are able to beat them in the ranking and push them, blow them out of the water. And the last thing I'm gonna want to talk to you about is citations. And citations have a lot to do with the map pack listing here. This is just an ad, so it's not really included. A citation is just your business's name, address, and phone number, and you list those inside of directories, which I mentioned earlier. They're just websites like Yellow Pages and Yelp and Expertise, Kev's Best, Local Database, Easy Local. Literally hundreds of them out there. The more you can put yourself in, the better. And again, as long as it's relevant to the industry that you operate in. So you don't want to go put that you're a landscaping company and then have a Yelp link for like painting. Of course, unless you offer that service, but that's something you want to stay away from. The more that you can put in, again, the more credible it makes you look in Google's eyes, and once you're ranking organically, you'll have a good ranking in the map pack as well. So those are just some things to keep in mind of kind of the basics of ranking on Google. Again, you're going to need, if this is what you're looking for, you're going to need to go rebuild your website a little bit, add some more content, definitely interlink some things in here to give it an easy navigatable interface. And then go get some authoritative backlinks, match them, beat them, but don't just buy random ones. You have to be very selective about what kind of power you're bringing to your website, and then go out and get some citations so you can rank here. And this is important because whenever people are Googling on their phone, landscaping Tampa, instead of a website button, it's going to be a click to call button. So you get a call from that pretty much immediately. Anyway, I hope that this was helpful for you. I do offer these services, so if this is something you feel like you might be interested in, feel free to reach back out to me. My number is 812-827-3138. Thank you for your time and have a good rest of your day.